Hello, 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 and welcome to another War Thunder episode. In this episode, I will be explaining. I'm going to start a mini series. In this episode, I'm going to be explaining all of the biplanes. I'm just going to try to go through by through, just each little tiny generation, and give a little. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. What is this? What? I'm sorry. This is completely new to me. This is. Do they all look like this? Do they all look like this? Why does that look so weird now? I mean, it makes sense, but it looks weird now. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to be going through and explaining more or less in this series all the starting planes. And for the first day, I'm going to be basically explaining all of the starting planes, focusing mostly on the biplanes that are 1.0. Do not have the Kingfisher, and I do not desire to get the Kingfisher. So, is that it's doable? I've played. It's doable. It's not even that expensive. I just don't feel like going through all that. Navy is not fun unless if you have some type of attachment to Navy, which I do. Navy is fun for me, but not the American part. Japanese Navy is pretty fun for me. I just hate the fact that they don't have radar, except for on a single boat. I'm pretty sure most boats have radar after a certain rank. But regardless of the rambling, we are going to go ahead. We're going to just take a quick look at what we're going to be going through here today. I'm going to be mainly focused on these planes that you get as a reserve. This is a reserve. I think this is locked at first. This BD2, so SB2U is probably locked at first. I think the TBD1 is not locked, or it is locked. I'm not entirely sure. But I am sure of this. I know how these planes work, and I saw somebody calling these planes absolute quote-unquote garbage. These starter planes over here. I would like to challenge that, if you will. I remember these planes being surprisingly very enjoyable. I heard that they were the worst planes in War Thunder, which is not true because you're just completely ignoring all of the jets and the fact that you have jets in an era. Where is it? The Thunderbird, I think it's called. Not that boy. This thing. It's not the complete worst from what I know. But you're ignoring things like this, which literally just have cannons on them. Oh, they do get rockets. You have to unlock them, though. I was trying to click the modifications, but yeah, it's just kind of really ignoring bombs. And then you get some rockets. All the way down here. Oh, goodness gracious. That's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, it's completely ignoring the whole situation around these things. These things aren't bad. Not too bad at all. Shooting star. I forget exactly which one it is, but the Panther itself, which was one of these, was known to be not that great in its initial iterations. Canberra is not too bad for its job, but we're just going to jump into it right here. The main ones I'm going to be focused on, again, I already said in the Americans, but in the next episode, I will most likely be covering the Japanese planes, because that's the only other ones I really have set up. I'm going to have to go unlock. No, I can do the German planes probably in the same episode with the way that I earn XP and whatnot. But, enough rambling. Let's jump into these arcade battles. jump right into them. We'll see, take a look as we're waiting on here. So, these two planes are kind of really... They fight with 7.62. Their turn rate is not that great, but I find that they climb very well. If you know how to fight with climbers, you can win. You try to boom and zoom, which means you fly up, that you're flying above your enemy. You point your plane down, you shoot at your enemy, and then you point back up. Pretty much as a hit and run dive attack. But doing a boom and zoom is the best way to attack your enemies with these American first reserve planes. I'm going to jump into, I think, the worst iteration, I think, is this bad boy. And we're not going to bring in default. We will bring in some universals. And then with this one, I will bring in tracers to show you the difference of how these two perform. So one person calls it worse because you can't use wet, which is like, I think not over pressuring, but it's like making your plane go faster by using a booster, by more or less damaging your engine a little bit. So you're sacrificing your engine a little bit for engine, fuel, and stuff like that for some speed, which isn't entirely terrible. I need to be very aware of my surroundings. Let me go for this bad boy over here. Now I will warn that my crews are not that good on American planes. My crew's on anything except Japanese planes, or Japanese planes really. It's really just kind of bad. Got a TBD. So you want to limit how many engagements you really have as a turn fighter, and stick to what you're good at. You're more or less not going to succeed as very good monoplane, but you're not going to succeed as a very good biplane either. So do not turn fight, try to climb, but don't climb other biplanes, because that's just not very smart. And the guy that I was watching, not trying to badmouth him or anything. But he did seem to just die a lot and not have, or try to use a lot of skill with the planes. I feel like it did an injustice to these planes. So I have 3 assists, no kills, and that's because of the caliber that you have. Really, even at this lower ranking, you'll find that if you don't have a high fire rate or good accuracy, you're not going to be able to get a lot of kills. So I'm going to try to shoot through these first few planes. I'll split it down into parts. I was going to make one long episode, but I realized that I can totally just split this into like more than one part. This should be fine for that. This is much better fire rate, from what I noticed. So yeah. Apparently it doesn't have wet. I find that just overriding the engine, how it allows you to do, is more than enough. Uh-oh. He did get behind me. Oh, do not. Alright, I'm gonna have to try to do one of these. It can dogfight really well. The problem is, it's fighting other things when dogfighting was more or less So 1 assist, 1 kill. Now it's not amazing to get 1 assist and 1 kill. But you definitely want to try to run tracers. It just helps you with your accuracy. You're not going to gain that much, what's it called? Flaming. Like, putting other flames on fire is usually caused by your ammo when you have incendiary ammo. For those that you played, things like Black Ops, that's your Dragon's Breath. It's kind of incendiary ammo. It works in a similar way to that. So obviously, yeah, that would be really good for a plane that's made out of, like, canvas and wood. Who would have thought? But as you can see, they can turn a lot better than us. 9 times out of 10. So really, as you can see, you can really just turn around. You can lift your plane up and just virtually turn around wherever you're at, which is really cool. But also, biplanes can just kind of do the same thing, so don't get too cocky with it. That's 2 kills, and as you can see with this plane, it's literally one of my favorite planes to play. It's what, 3 kills? Reducing the enemy into nothing because I have a good gun. Also, a little bit of ammo discipline can go a long way. Don't shoot unless you have a shot, you know? Again, you climb, so do not be afraid to turn your plane upside down, especially if you need to get lower altitude. If they start turning, remember, you can just go up. It's kind of hard to hurt you if you're above them. And as you can see, we kind of accidentally flew into a swarm of enemies, but we still got 4 kills. Let's just take a look at the scoreboard real quick. After we get into another plane, I'm going to get into a bomber real quick. That way I don't really ruin these guys' days that much. We have offensive. Which one's better? Which one's worse? 7.7? It has 2 7.7s? It's fine. This one's technically, quote-unquote, worse to fight in. So I'm going to use this one to check what we got. So far, my. Pardon the voice crack. So far we got 5 kills. That's using what he called the worst planes. It's okay. And then 4 assists. So, it's not bad. That's not amazing. Especially compared to some of the other biplanes, the Japanese biplanes, from what I know. They just, they're made out of paper mache. And they're not super good. They got the same problem as the first 2. They just shoot 7.62s, which can't really do any damage against anything other than biplanes. So I don't really remember what this thing is good at, whether it's turn fighting or climbing. Really, you want to capitalize, like, your plane's going to do really good at one of those 2 things. You want to capitalize on it. There's different ways that it can turn better. It can, It can turn better at a certain altitude. It can turn better at a certain angle. Blah, blah, blah. You really want to play with your planes and really try to figure out what is what. It's a 2nd assist. And again, these squads, these crew, were not leveled and are not leveled very well. I'm also rather experienced with a few years. Yes, I mean years. Is he gonna try to... There we go. I thought he was gonna try to chase me down. We are somehow losing. So I'm going to go over here to a target. Yes, I did just kind of play a fighter as a bomber and completely ignore the fact that we have targets on ground. Honestly, that sounds pretty American to me, so I'm not too angry about it. Oh, it died. See, what I do know about American monoplanes, other than the 3 I really played, they're fairly beefy as far as getting hurt. Now, he said that they're the worst planes ever. Oh, I completely ignored this other biplane I have. That's not very smart of me. But he said they were the worst plane ever because they can catch on fire and they can't do damage. And I'm telling you right now, the Japanese biplanes have it way worse. So please stay tuned and check that video out if you're watching this video and you don't believe me or you just interested in to see what happens. Seriously, I implore you. Are you going to try to stick behind me? Because I guarantee you it's not going to work for you. I am in a biplane. This also does not have, what's it called? Trying to snipe his pilot. Not working very well, that's fine. Circle. Woo! There we go. Sorry, don't mind me just casually dropping a first place on a match. No, I'm kidding. I don't always get first place, and that's actually one of my, I won't say best matches. Is far from my best match. My best match, I got 5 or 6 kills, but it was only with one of these planes. I'm pretty sure it was just this M2 pea shooter, because it's honestly really good. It's really good. Compared to the Japanese biplanes, it is really good. I will leave a link. I will send my video to him. And if you're watching this, I forget what your name is. No offense. But I think before you make claims such as a plane is the worst plane in the game, kind of do a little bit of research. See what plane you're actually talking about and see if there's any other planes that actually have it worse. Because I'm telling you, I love these planes versus the Japanese biplanes, but we're going to go into battle one more time. I think we have enough time for about 2 more battles. So I showed off the pea shooters really well. I kind of showed it off the one bomber. And I kind of showed off this fighter over here. My little brother plays and mains the Americans. He doesn't play that much, though. And he likes to play strike aircraft. He also uses bombers as strike aircraft, surprisingly. But, yeah. So, as you saw, like, those other pea shooters, they caught on fire almost immediately. But they really can take a hit. It wasn't immediate that they died. It was immediate that they caught on fire. The same cannot be said for all biplanes. So they do not have that same drawback as biplanes. As you can see, this thing climbs very well. It also does not have WEP, but it can go fairly fast. This is pretty nice. All right, let me see what type of kerfuffles I can get myself into. This Ju-87. Oh, there's somebody behind me. Please leave me alone. No. I'm trying to showcase this plane. Please. Dang. Yeah, I got followed by a plane that's a lot. I don't want to say a lot better than mine. From what I know, that is a good plane. The I-16 is a really good biplane. It has good speed, good maneuverability for a biplane, and it has amazing guns. From what I know, just trying to fight the darn thing, its only drawback is that it's a biplane, so it does not have a lot of health. So you can literally just bird it as well. It plays a lot like a glass cannon. And me that plays Japanese planes, I'm all too familiar with what a glass cannon can do. Oh, the guns just... I don't know if y'all noticed that. Gun audio just did not want to work there. It's a bomber I can probably try to go after. Yeah, so they're going to try to outturn me. If you notice that your enemy is turning, probably turn like the opposite way. It's the best, like, little bit of advice I can try to give you. If your plane is not fully upgraded, like this one, do not hold down the flipping fire button. Wait a bit. Do not let your guns overheat. You will regret it. It's better to be out of ammo than to not be able to shoot because your guns just don't work. So, yeah, you saw that key 10. Didn't take any time at all to be under fire. And immediately got shredded. Turn. Oh, he's dead. Turn around. Every now and then we get a little bit... No! That's something I do not like about players. They just really... How is he not dead yet? How are you alive? Sir, how are you alive? Let me try to... I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Oh, I just lost so much speed. I'm losing so much speed. Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. Why are you going upside down? Please. Stop this nonsense. It does not have a very powerful engine, but this is, like, with no upgrades right now. So this is, like, a true beginner's experience for those of you wanting to get into it, or haven't played the other nations, really wondering why you did so well. Like, if you're wondering, like, why the planes that you're fighting die, or why they make the choices that they make, this is for that. It's probably because... Come on, hurry up, gun. Ah, no! So one with the 2, but as you can see, I was in the fight for a very long time, that second time. We will go ahead into the TBD-1, because for some reason it does 500-pound bombs, bro. It's not, oh, that's why I have tracers on this darn thing, because it barely has any tracers in its other belts. But yeah. Come on down through here. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of these ground targets as long as I have enough time. So the good thing about biplanes, the good thing and bad thing about early planes, depending on which team you are, the enemy's probably not going to target the ground. You might have 1 or 2 guys that will actually hunt ground targets, or if people get bored, that's when they hunt down ground targets. It's not usually because they're going for the objective. But right now we're at a point to where the objective, people are getting bored, they're not having any targets, they are targeting. Oh, you actually can target me. I didn't see how far away you were and whatnot. I was not paying attention. Those are really weak 500-pound bombs. Just saying. Those are really weak 500-pound bombs. Honestly, let's go with battle with this. I love the SB2. One of my most favorite things to do back when I started playing, and when I first explored the American air tree because of my little brother. How did I only kill 3 targets? I highly doubt those were very far from very off target, but it's okay. Yeah, we're going to lose very quickly and very soon. I think I should maintain level, gain a little bit of height before dropping down because we are now under attack immediately. Yep. What is my gunner doing? You do have to, like, be very wary of angles, what your gunner can and cannot do. It was only a single car. Yeah, it's probably better just to bring out those 100-pound bombs because I feel like I can do a lot better with just a lot of tiny bombs. I have fully done. So I'll go ahead, start another battle with this because this is honestly worse or just as good as these other pea shooters. It's not as good as this M2 pea shooter, but I didn't really get to showcase the BF2 C1, so the Gosh Hawk. I think I will just play one more time, and I won't use both of them in this next match. The best thing about most of these biplanes and reserve planes... Oh, how come... Oh, that is disgusting. So the M2 is free. Alright. The M2 is the best biplane, is the best plane out of these 3 bunch that you get. But the flippin' other ones that are worse, still not that bad, but the ones that are worse actually cost money to use. That does kill the mood for me. I didn't realize, I thought it was the M2 and the 3.5 that cost money, and then the 3.3 was free. But that's actually kind of grimy. That is really grimy, actually. The 3.3. Now, it's only 100 silver coins. Honestly, getting a kill will completely negate that. Getting a few kills, just using skills. Also, we can see most of my crews are not that good. You have rank 8 with this one, rank 8 with this one, and you'll see that rank 8 can be... It's literally almost no playtime to get to rank 8. It's a couple hours, which, if you do play War Thunder... Pardon me. Sorry, my nose just immediately got stuffy there within the span of like 5 to 10 minutes. I do not know why. Try to get this one. Oh, maybe. You are not smart. Oh. Are you? This one. This one! What are you doing, bro? Alright, so you will see on my little crosshair that there's a red bar. That is your overheating meter. Oh my goodness, I cannot aim today worth nothing. There we go. Dang, I didn't even get the kill. Alright, we will flip over. This one. My gun's jammed. My gun is jammed. Alright, flip over. I'm getting way too close. There's other enemies behind me. Flip around one more time. It's 1 assist. If you cut downwards when you turn, you will turn faster. Ever so slightly. But it might just help you in the heat of battle. Like you just saw with that one. Perfect. Dang, man, how strong is his wing, bro? Let's see if I can strafe him. Goodness gracious. Another assist. I do not get very lucky with kills versus assists. I will admit, I am very unlucky when it comes to that type of thing. Ah! Aha! Okay. See, I got 4 assists and only 1 kill. It's kinda crazy. Yeah. So that will be the end of that one that we try. So this is 3 bombs. This is also 3 bombs. Bigger, better bombs. We'll try this one out again. We'll use it for its intended role. As you can see, when it doesn't have bombs, or as you saw earlier in the video, when it does not have bombs, it actually flies very well. Let me just check what time it is. 32 minutes, all right. We'll end it here after this match. And then if need be, I will use the TBD. Bomber play, what is it called? Bomber gameplay is not very fun most of the time, to be fairly honest. Get to come on down here. You cannot drop bombs and torpedoes while on the ground. I wasn't that close. Was I? Ooh, feisty. Yeah, do play around with your angles. Okay, hold on. That's juicy. That was juicy. What is this guy? Excuse me, sir. Please die. Well, as you just saw, that was a few kills. What's up? Oh, I crashed into the flipping car. No! That's fine. We should be able to get into the TBD. Really? Those ground targets didn't count? Now I'm annoyed. Now I'm rather annoyed indeed. Ground targets. I think these will work. Fun fact, the Japanese bombs are actually really powerful. There's not a lot of very big bombs in the Japanese tech tree, but the Japanese bombs are filled with something called shimose. And shimose is more powerful pound for pound. I believe it was harder to produce or something. Like, only the Japanese made it and used it, and it was pretty nice. Pretty nice, if you ask me. Feels very satisfying. It makes big boom with a very small bomb. Let's see if I can hunt this down. Because do not hunt things down as a bomber unless if it is directly in your way and you can actually handle it. I want to punch him so bad for flying in my airspace. I think that works. I'm not too sure. It made something probably red/orange. It's 1 bomb. Bomb for you. 3 bumps. Bump for you. Bump for you. Come on down over here. Now what we can do is yep, scare him off. Where's the other one? I can probably just dogfight this dude. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Oh, he is so far away though. He is super far away though. There we go. Woo! Do not die just yet. That's another target down. That's another target down. Did we win? I think we lost that one technically. Yeah, we lost by like 5 seconds. Ah, anti-mech. Final blow. On hand. Oh yeah. Anti-mech. Oh yeah. Absolutely flippin' amazing. Wonderful. 297 for the BF2C. I'm not too sure if the compensator is super important for this thing. Speed does not seem to be a major issue as much as it is the actual MGs on this thing. So I will go ahead and I will end the video on here with a little summary on each of these vehicles in the 6 plane lineup. You will usually only get to like 4, but I will just give you a little interview of what you're going to be dealing with. With the 33 and 35, really what you're going to be dealing with. This one just turns better and climbs better. I think it just has like a better engine or something. Anyways. No, it has a different chassis, technically. It's a little modification right there, which is pretty nice. I like that. It cuts through the wind a little bit better. That's cool. So yeah, what you're going to be experiencing with these 2 pea shooters is mostly a biplane that cannot turn fight. Really what you're experiencing. Don't think of it as a monoplane, which is like normal planes that can turn and that worry about turn fighting and climbing this, that, and the third. You are still technically a biplane. You are a biplane that cannot turn, but you can still dogfight. You can still go up. Use that to your advantage. You can still turn. Make sure you like glide into your turns. Don't just turn. Actually, like point your plane towards the ground as you're turning. It will help you turn a little bit. Make sure you have altitude as well. Having altitude will make sure that you win plane fights, dog fights, just about with any plane, honestly. Then with the 3rd pea shooter, you get that better turning, I think. No, the worst turning. Better climb, worse turning, but you get a way better machine gun. Use that to your advantage. Play it like the other pea shooters, and you will notice that you will get so much more out of your gameplay. You will actually be able to just reap in the kills and just try to make smart decisions when you play. Remember, Do not turn fight with these things. Turn smart when you turn with these things, and try to climb in dogfight. You will lose energy. Do not try to jump from person to person to person while you're dogfighting. This is a biplane, pretty standard. Nothing too special about it. Nothing too terrible about it. Yeah, it's weak. It catches fire almost immediately, like every other biplane. Not bad. Not amazing. It does its job. It does its job. SB2U. Amazing. It's a bomber with guns, frontal guns, and it fights other biplanes at this battle rating. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. The armaments are also pretty good. They're very good for what they're going up against. You're not going up against tanks, so you don't need to be too accurate. The only thing is they're pretty big bombs. They do their job. The machine gunner is a fairly, if I remember correctly, it's a fairly good machine gunner. You got to make sure you tilt your plane up so the machine gunner can actually hit. Just remember your angles, what you're doing, where is your enemy, blah blah blah. Yeah. Not bad at all. It's a pretty good plane. TB1, not good in plane fighting. It just has a good machine gun, so it can like actually shoot what's in front of it. So don't be scared to shoot an enemy if it's in front of you, but try not to target enemy planes with this thing, unless it's a biplane or something that's going really slow that you can just snipe the pilot out of. Because it has a good gun to snipe pilots out of. You don't have to worry about armor at your battle rating. So yeah, or even like for the next few things up as you like fight the BF 109, you won't have to worry about it. This thing can do damage to the BF 109 and everything else. Just don't put yourself in this situation. But if you're in that situation, be confident in that you can do damage. Just try to keep yourself in an advantageous situation. Because your gunner in the back is actually weaker than your front gun. So yeah. And that's it. That is all for today. If you liked the video, throw a like. If you like content like this, check out the channel and consider subscribing. But most importantly, have a wonderful day.